All right, we're going live. We got some things to do, Mac, but we're coming right on, man. Go ahead and hit that link. Come on in the room, man. We'll let you in. Let me get this video started. All right, all right. What's going on, Big D?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Man, I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, man.
You don't want to be like me, man. It
Yeah.
take a lot to be this bad.
Oh man, trust me, bro. I know, man. I know this purple's killing my eyes. Let me kill that all right quick. There we go. There we go. Yeah, no. So, man, your comments, man, be flamed. They be on
Yeah, man,
fire,
we
man.
just be observing what's going on, man. And,
Right,
and I love what I'm seeing in Charlotte, man. I really
right,
do. Some of the things I do, some I don't agree with, but
right.
overall, man, just seeing Charlotte get back to where it used to be. Because I came up in North Carolina, right on the
Okay,
edge of Charlotte, a little town called
okay.
Harris. And
Yeah,
when the Hornets came out, man, Larry Johnson and all them
right.
guys,
Exactly.
man, the hoopla was just
Yeah,
big, man. And after a while, I remember when they went to New Orleans for a while. There was New Orleans Hornets, and we had the Bobcats, and it
right.
just messed up everything, man. So to
Yeah,
see the Hornets come back to Charlotte and then
right,
bringing in Melo and him bringing that energy back to the Hornets like they used to have, man, it's a
right.
beautiful thing, brother.
Hey, they hadn't been to the playoffs, man, since 2016, and they
Yeah.
got ousted. They got ousted in the first round.
And,
But see,
and I wouldn't even know that, man, because I lost interest in Charlotte Hornet
right,
basketball.
right. Hey,
And it's a
so
lot of fans that's coming back, man.
exactly, exactly. Because what's going on with the young kid, man? What do you think about them going up against the Sixers? If this play-in tournament thing goes right, they can keep that 8 seed or that 7. What the 8 seed? They're gonna play the Sixers. What do you think about that?
Um, Man, it depends on the attitude that they come in with, man. I notice whenever everybody's energy is up and everybody feeling good and confident, man, the boys are hard to beat. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, whenever they start to think too much and overthink things, man,
Right,
that's when they start making those mental mistakes. And they beat themselves a lot of the times because it's not like they're getting blown out. A lot
right,
of
right,
times
right,
it's just mental mistakes and stuff like that that they beat themselves with. So if they can get that in check, man, and that's one thing that I attribute to LaMelo Ball, man.
right,
He he keeps his cool. He keeps a level head in those times where most
right,
people panic and stuff like
right.
that. And that's what
Facts.
separates him from the rest of this rookie team. So
Yeah.
if they can go in with that mindset, man, I think them guys can really, really be a problem.
Before I start jumping on Coach JB, I got to ask you something, man. You mentioned some. You mentioned something when you first started talking about Lonzo Mourning, Grandmama, Larry Johnson, and those
Yeah.
cats in that era, man. I was just listening to the Pelicans GM talk, and he was
hmm
upset and very highly pissed off that Zion Williams keeps taking a lot of shots. But if in the old school basketball, that was a part of it, man. What you think about that? He said it's too.
Exactly.
A lot of people saying it's passive now.
Exactly. All right. Well, this with me, it started with Dwight Howard. I love Dwight
Right,
Howard, man, but the guy I always said that he was soft to be so big,
right, right,
and Zion, the body type on Zion Williamson, that boy is a monster. What is they talking about? His body is built to bang down low.
right. Facts.
So for them to now I do believe in like learning body control because big
Right,
guys like that, they can easily get hurt and stuff. But
right,
at the same time, you got to get down low and bang. That's
right.
that's what the center is for. That's what the power forward is for. And
I
your
was just
bangers.
yeah, man. I was just watching some old tapes of Malone, Carl Malone for the Utah
Yeah.
Jazz, the mailman.
Yes.
He went coast to
Yeah.
coast. He got beat up a couple of times as a rookie. After that, man, he learned to throw elbows. Charles
Ah,
Oakley for the Knicks. Come on, man.
I'm
These
glad you
these were
said that.
real basketball players, man.
Do you remember when I believe it was It was Shaq. It was Shaq. He was going up against Mutombo. You remember
Right.
those vicious elbows that he was throwing at Mutombo, busted that
Yes.
dude, had that man face looking like he was in a fight. That's
Exactly.
back when they was big men banging down low, and
Right.
that's just what it was.
Yeah. And when you look at it, man, this is to me the issue. Scary Terry got that dog. LaMelo got that
Yeah.
dog. I believe
Mhm.
Miles Bridges got that dog. And Malik Monk,
Yeah.
definitely. But the coach ain't got that dog.
That's the thing right there. Now, JB, like I was saying before, man, I feel like JB, he he put himself in a position because, like they said, they didn't know what they was getting in LaMelo Ball at first, and so he
Right.
made a lot of promises to the other guys that once they
That's what
found
you're
out what
talking
they
about.
had
Yeah.
in Melo, hey,
Right.
once they found out what they had in Melo, man, he had to change it up, and a lot of
Yeah.
those guys really ain't feeling that, but they have to understand the sacrifice that they gonna have to make in order to build a championship team.
Right.
Because when Jordan came in, I'm pretty sure all the dudes that was on the Chicago Bulls team was like, "Who is this dude?" You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But they had to change that mindset and build a plan around Jordan, and
Right.
they built a dynasty.
So
So
do you
if
think
Charlotte
so
want
do
to
you
build
think Coach JB is the coach then to build around these cats and the chemistry that they have? Do you think he's the coach for that?
it, no, I think at some point JB gonna have to go.
Right.
He, he's doing a decent job right now
Right.
with the situation that he has because, like I said, working for Michael Jordan can't be easy.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
we have stories about Mike. As far as his personality, his character and stuff, he ain't an easy dude to work for. But I
Right.
feel like he a good job right now. They got a real young team, and he's
Right.
trying to build that up. So, I give him the benefit of the doubt just on the fact that the team is so young.
Right. Yeah, man. I just want to see, to be honest with you, bro, I want to see the old NBA back with these new cats. I'm sorry. That's just me, man. When I look at the Detroit Pistons back in the day, Bill Laimbeer, Larry Bird, and the Boston Celtics, the Lakers, man, with Kareem and all these cats. Some of these young cats don't know nothing about that, man. Some of these young cats don't know that Kareem could kick your head off. It's a whole different world.
And the guys of the day that are so good is because they studied those old guys. They
Right.
picked up some of those old guys. And another thing, teams today, everybody's trying to build a super team real quick.
Right. Right.
No grinding it out with their boys for 5 and 10 years.
Facts. Good point.
You want to go get your big three and then run with that and try to get you a championship real quick. Nobody's really taking the time to build a team no more. And they
Right.
don't have
Right.
that.
Go ahead. You're right, man, because free agency was not a big deal. Now free
Exactly.
agency is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, all moving pieces, no one's getting the structure of what they need. I was sorry to cut you off, man, but you said something that just hit my head. Do you remember that game where Shaq was fouled by, I believe it was Bill Laimbeer or somebody, and no, he was fouled by Charles Oakley, but he went after Laimbeer.
Yes. I saw that just not too long ago. I was looking at that.
Right. He wanted no part of that dude. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Mac. So is there anyone that you see in the NBA right now at the 4 or the 5 that looks like one of those guys in the past, and you just know not to cross them?
Really, the only one I can say, man, would be Draymond Green.
Really?
Draymond Green. Draymond Green is a dog. Draymond Green is you do not want to play against this dude. When they be like, we playing the Warriors tonight, those boys be like, man, I don't want to do it. Draymond is the only dude that has that old school mentality. He's in your face, he's banging, he's physical, very physical, and very loud. And he's about the closest thing to them guys, man, that I really see.
Okay, all right.
Embiid is too timid. Embiid is so timid.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a bad man, but he's timid. Giannis is a beast. Giannis probably got that mentality too. I give Giannis that too. Yeah.
Yeah, but he reminds me
But
of somebody that you just got to really push over the edge before he gonna come out and let it be known who I am. You know, I
that's
thought, be
it.
honest
That's
with you,
it.
bro, I thought DeAndre Drummond was it, but I saw him square up against a little younger cat. I'm like, nah, he ain't got it in him. It ain't him. Because you don't just square, you don't just square up. You got to take care of business. You know, if that's one or two games, you got to do what you got to do. But today, these guys are scared in the pocket, man. They don't want to. I remember Rudy Jonathan got his jaw broken, man. I'm not going to even go into it, but it was the level of the game. It was just different. There was no flagrant ones or flagrant twos. Man, I remember Kirk Rambis got clothesline.
Oh man,
Almost
Kurt
took his
just got
head
it
off.
so bad, man. Yes, yes.
That's what made
WWE moves, man.
yeah. That's what made basketball exciting, man. It's like anything when you take away the true nature from a game or what goes on and makes it. I'm 57, bro, and the intangibles in it. Even Michael Jordan took some knocks upside the head back in the day. A lot of folks think that Jordan just walked to the basket. Oh, no. You didn't watch this game. We did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jordan took his look. He ain't gonna come in that paint for free. You had some guys who were really gunning for Jordan. They wasn't scared of him. They were gunning for that dude.
Exactly.
You know, he knew coming in that paint he was gonna take him, but that's what made him the GOAT because he did it anyway.
Exactly. So let me ask you a question. Go ahead.
Was it I think it was Patrick Ewing when he dunked on Patrick Ewing.
Right.
Because Pat was so big about you ain't gonna dunk on me. Mike came in there, got him. And that was just his mindset. Oh, I can't. Well, I'm gonna show you. And that's what I see in LaMelo Ball too.
Yes,
and the problem, the issue that people are having is LaMelo makes it look easy, like Steph Curry makes it look easy.
Right.
And so that takes away from what he's really accomplishing because he makes it look so easy, man. So people have to get out of that mindset of, oh, well, he just do. No, you have to understand this kid is 19 years old. At 19, man, I was such an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Who wasn't?
But to see what this young man is doing at the age of 19, imagine 25. You know, imagine. Oh man, this kid is gonna be crazy, but he has what it takes. He has that it factor. Because
facts.
You know, like when Jordan came, he had that it factor. When Kobe came, he had that it factor. When LeBron came, he had that it factor.
That's right.
LaMelo Ball has it, man, and people can try to say that Anthony Edwards loved the dude. He's a phenomenal player, but he does not have that it factor. LaMelo does.
And that's what they said about Anthony Edwards in college, bro. They said that in college, he just sometimes during the game, he didn't seem interested. He just said sometimes he was lost. And this, for me, this is why LaMelo Ball is the rookie of the year. This man was supposed to have a season ending injury. This man is already leading, and he comes back, and he picks up where he left off. Now, watch this. Notice, in pain, he's still playing in the games. Trying to get, listen, I can't get no points, so I'm going to do some rebounds and assists. Is that just from his dad, or that's something that's just in him?
I think it's a little bit of both because it's a mentality
that his dad taught him, and he had to believe it. You know, it was on him to receive and believe what his dad said to him and take that truth and carry that into his game and his life. So it's man, and that guy, when you love something, you're going to put your all into it. And I remember when kids was coming out and they were criticizing LeVar, saying, well, are they doing it because their dad making them, or do they love the game of basketball? I don't think they really love the game of basketball. They just want to please their father. Now, the other day, you had the analyst saying, well, it just shows how much LaMelo Ball loves the game of basketball.
The narrative is always going to suggest that, Mac. They don't want to give that man his just due. Watch this. And there's several reasons why. I'm not going to go into the wife aspect of it. You know where I'm going. I'm not going to pull that card, but that's one of the reasons. All right. But now watch this. Then he takes care of his boys. He gives his boys what the world says we can have. You understand? So that's a standard They don't want them kids to have that. They wanted them to have a broken shot. They wanted them to be nothing, so they can create a narrative that makes them more money while those kids go by the wayside. Nah, but it didn't happen. They pops on point.
Exactly. I always said, man, that the league is mad because LeVar wouldn't allow them to exploit his sons.
Exactly.
That came down to. He didn't allow the league to exploit his sons like all of these other young black men who come in and they just coming in off the street trying to get some. They have the force of their family on their back. They have everybody riding on their back. These kids coming in without all of that on them, and the league cannot exploit them like they usually do. These young black men, we know how that go.
Exactly, and that's why I did a show today on Colin Kaepernick, and I don't want to spend too much time on him, but a lot of people didn't understand, man. That brother's family that raised him was Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? So his situation was just not about blackness. His situation was identifying with his past and who I am. Because if you know, a lot of kids who go through that adoption thing, they're lost because he looks nothing like he did as a kid when he became a man. That's just my theory.
Well, you know, as a veteran, Colin Kaepernick, before he even went and kneeled, before he even decided to do anything, he went and talked to a veteran and asked him would be the right thing for him to do.
I remember the story.
Much of an issue, so he had to bless. But they took this whole thing and took the focus off of what it was really about, the police brutality, and they put the focus on something else, demonizing that man and blackballing him. Now you fast forward to the George Floyd case, which is an example of what Colin Kaepernick was talking about.
Yes, sir.
What are we really doing? Because now we look back at what they did to this man because he spoke out on something that now we got legislation being written for. This is what he was fighting for in the first place, just by taking a knee. If they simply would have took note then, maybe this George Floyd thing wouldn't have.
You know? I don't want. You're right, 100% right. You know, but let's go back to this thing with David Griffin. Do you feel that he's right for going to bat for Zion, or does Zion need to man up? And when he comes to the hole, just come to it hard and give people they just do. If they're going to give it to him, why not give it back?
Zion needs to man up, man. And I feel like he holds back sometimes because remember when he first came into the league, he was having issues with like his landing and his ankles and knees and stuff like that.
Right. Facts.
And so I think he don't bang down low no more real hard or go hard like that no more because he's always got it in the back of his head. I could twist a knee. I could mess up an ankle, you know, so he's playing kind of soft because he don't want to hurt himself because through that body control training, you know, how to land and how to take the pressure off of certain stuff. And I think he just have that stuck in his mind of not getting hurt so much that he's not going hard.
Yeah. And the reason I brought that up, we're going to go get into the Charlotte game, is LaMelo Ball has no fear. And I think sometimes when you play with fear and you're complaining all the time, or I'm not going to use the word whining because I think that's negative to call a man a whiner, but you play like that, then I think that's when more injuries happen. That's why I talked about the old school players. I watched Kobe get dragged down by the neck. He just got up and said, I got you, and then went out and put 40 points. Them kids were just a beast back then. You know,
they were.
Yeah. Everybody now with this new thing, I got to take some days off. I got to take some time off. I got to go get a ice bath, you know, and this. Them brothers didn't have that, man.
No,
they came out. I never forget AC Green got all his front grill knocked out. Picked him up and kept playing.
That's it.
A lot of people don't know Kobe got his grill knocked out. Had it fixed and was right back.
But I think it comes with like when dudes start making a certain amount of money and they become, a product pretty much.
Right.
And people start, oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do that. My best friend brother played for the NFL, and I used to remember when he came home on off season, it was certain things that he couldn't do because he messed around and get injured. That's the investment.
Oh, right. Right.
Just certain things that you can't do, man. They be trying to keep them guys out of just making silly mistakes that cause them a career-ending injury and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Hey, YT says, shout out at Big J and D. Hey, what's up, big man? You can come on in. The link is in the room. Come on in. We just talking about that basketball, man. Whatever else comes to mind. Yeah, because man, I was listening to Kendrick Perkins, and Kendrick Perkins, I'm sorry, Mac, was a fool.
Man, Kendrick is. I think of Draymond Green again because he's that agitator. He's that dude that's gonna get you out. You so pissed off that you can't even your game plan because you folks showing him up or doing something to him.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
You got some great agitators, man. But who else would be a good? Oh, Gary Payton. Gary Payton was the at that.
Hey, YT, man, we thank you for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate it for helping the channel here grow, man, because we're going to be doing this a lot more. There's a lot of people out there have things to say. Like I said, man, me and Mac welcome you into the room.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. The more the merrier.
Right. Hey, believe it or not, Mac, what's that cat's name? Rick Fox. Pretty boy. But he going to give it to you.
Pretty boy, boy.
Right. And hey, do you think Charlotte is missing that? We know the smaller players got it, but where's the big man with that?
You got Miles. He's a monster, but they need one more big man. They definitely need a true big man because Miles is like that evolved big man where he can go coast to coast if you want to, really.
Right.
But you need that man kind of if they had like a Giannis type, like say if they had Giannis' little brother.
Right.
If they had Giannis' little brother, ooh.
Yeah, that would make a big difference. I think they just need some type of enforcer, man. If they can get an enforcer that's going to let people know I'm not playing and this is what we're going to do, I think that fear, because when I watch LaMelo and his crew play, no one fears going down in the middle. No one fears.
Absolutely not.
Even the smallest cats, they have no fear of going to who? Cody Zeller?
Cody ain't. I mean. Nah, Cody ain't going. Cody don't bring fear to nobody. Right. Whenever Cody do something good, Cody, like excited. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't expect that out of him. That's not his character. But yeah, they need that dude that's gonna make people. They need that headache in the middle. They need that headache in the middle.
Facts.
Right.
But who in the league do you see next year that want to come play with LaMelo Ball? Who will be a free agent that can do that? See, because first of all, small market team, you already gave Gordon Hayward too much money for nothing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. YT said they need a hierarchy. First of all, Mel should have the green light or the neon light. Facts, 100%. Go ahead, man. What you got to say on that?
The way Coach Borrego was talking in the last interview I heard him in, it seems like that they're leaning towards giving Melo that green light, because he basically said that, what Melo has brought to the team is resurged this Charlotte team. They understand now what they have in this dude, and they're going to start making these changes and these shifts, to accommodate that so that they can build this team that and capitalize on what they have in LaMelo Ball. So it seemed like, they starting to realize, they starting to get it now, and Borrego ain't gonna say nothing that Jordan is not going to back. So, I'm pretty sure they've been in talks about, okay, this LaMelo Ball kid is something, and we gotta do something with it, because if Jordan messed this up with his track record of messing up good
You're right.
potential work players,
Facts.
man.
Do you
So
think?
yeah, the pressure's
Yeah,
on them.
and I want to agree with YT. They definitely need a hierarchy. And they need to put something in place towards someone making the fundamental decisions that can support everything that Melo is trying to do. I agree with you 100%, YT. And that has to happen. But wait, this summer, who do you call in a meeting? Do you call Jordan, Mitch, and Borrego, or do you call LaMelo with them too?
I call LaMelo with them too, man. This is a new age in basketball, and it's like you have to engage with these players. You can't just keep that, you know what I'm saying? I'm the GM and I'm this and you're down here. No, that whole
Right. Hold on. Go ahead, Matt. I'm sorry.
I was saying, yeah, they need to have a hierarchy, but you know, I lost my thought.
Yeah, I know that was my phone, man. I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah,
That's all right.
yeah, but no, they do have to have that and put that in place before they can go to the next level. You're 100% right. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think what has to happen also, what YT was saying is that they got to come together and they got to find a reason to get this team to the next level. See, JB has not won at that level yet. So I believe that he needs to sit down, create an agenda, and show the ownership and the general manager what direction he's taking the team in. Now, when what's the young man's name? When Tebe, when he gets well, he's ready to play. Do you start putting LaMelo back on the bench? Does the narrative change? But see, when Graham is not in, then we're not worried about it. You know, so let LaMelo run. So I think those are the intangibles that they got to really look at, because that's when JB goes back to his normal self, to where Devontae Graham begins to coach and run the team.
And see, that's the issue right there. Graham's gonna have to go.
Right.
I mean, he's got to go, because that is what is always the stumbling block.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Graham can give you some good minutes, but he's very inconsistent, and he does not have that leadership quality to rally the troops around him. So
that's right.
Graham's gonna have to go at some point, man. And I think they know that, and you know, it is what it is. But overall, it's gonna be better for the team, man.
Right. What's going on, YT?
I'm finding you. What's up?
What's going on? What's going on?
Try to be like you when you grow up.
Yeah, it's calling you from Canada. So
what's going on, man?
Everything's okay.
All right, brother.
It's French Canada, so my first language is French, yo.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Enjoy, man. Tell us what you think, brother.
No, I think that they need, first of all, an hierarchy, because LaMelo is playing, but he doesn't have the green light. He needs to have the green light to consider as a franchise player. If you see Anthony Edwards, Anthony had that all have the green light of all the world. He can play whatever you want, take how many shots he doesn't want to take. He doesn't have any complaints about that. But LaMelo, you see, most of the time he's playing off the ball. He's creating for people, but they don't creating for him. There's no system for him, nothing for him.
Right.
Just like
good point.
In the race like that, you say there's some in the race for the Roy. There's something missing LaMelo, because he doesn't have that green light to provide for himself. So of course he will not make many points, because it's bad Borrego, the coaching system. Because what I think is that when they select LaMelo, because they wanted to select Anthony Edwards or the guys from who went to
Golden State. Wiseman, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Because there was nobody else that they picked LaMelo. So they didn't trust him in the beginning as a franchise player. So neither than Borrego also, because Borrego was thinking just like he's another guy like that. Nobody was trusting him. So, and you know that guy is a generational talent. So it means that he have that spark inside him. So, so if you see I'm following since the AU game. So I was not a huge fan of him. I was just following that. What's that teenager? So I'm following following LaMelo, and I said, that guy, I don't know there's something with him, it's all around the world. Every people that what I'm talking about from different country, there's something that is bringing to the game.
Facts,
that kids have a big aura.
But many people around don't trust him because they don't love his father, because he have a strong father figure. So, you see what Lavar did to the black community, and many black didn't support him, but he did many things for the black community. So
that's right.
The ownership, the parenthood, to take care of the child, the father figure, that is the big thing that Lavar did. So, but many black people are followers. That's what happened to Lavar. So,
right, exactly.
And a lot of those guys, they didn't like that narrative.
There's a game in the game, They don't want to show that that father success to bring this kid to the NBA.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
Well, I was gonna say because you were talking about they didn't have that trust in LaMelo, and I look at like when Steph Curry came in, they gave Steph the green light off tops, but that's because Steph came the conventional route. And Melo did not come the conventional route, and so they didn't trust it because they were like, he went over here and he went to this league, so how good do we really know he is? He didn't go our conventional route of college and go through our process, so we don't know if we can trust this. And so I feel like that has a lot to do with why they didn't give Melo the green light off tops, because he didn't come that conventional route.
Right. And I think that going over to Australia and doing what he did, I think that should have made a difference. But for some reason, individuals said that him only playing 12 games wasn't enough. Well, forget that. Look what he did. For some reason, what he did at Ohio at Spire Institute, no one wants to give him credit for that.
Of course, because that kid overcome many adversity. It was very difficult. His part, the LaMelo part is very difficult, as you see. From his father, because they don't like his father, and the way he went all around the world because of J-Lo. What happened to J-Lo, unfortunately, in China, there was a big mistake that he did, that shut everything like that. But the LaMelo part was very difficult. People don't see that. So he's have a strong mentality for kids at its age. I think that it's going to be something if he keep his head like that.
Right.
Absolutely.
Facts. And the thing is, I think he just has to, he's so focused and so centered. At the beginning of the season, all the things that Coach JB did to him, none of them affected him. Most kids would have broke down and crying, I'm out of here, I'm going home. None of that got him. What you guys think about that? Because he did some heinous stuff to that kid. When you put Devontae Graham in front of the whole team and you sit by Melo and you elbowed him like, listen, you'll learn from him. What you guys think about that?
No, that it's coming from I think that is coming from Lavar. Lavar gave them great mindset. They don't fear anything, and they know that whatever they will do in this world, nobody will love them. So there will always haters, as we say in the language. So, but I know that it's coming from Lavar. That Lavar toughness and maybe the model. So because what's happened to her during. The stroke, everything that she had, so she's there.
Right.
They have a great because also we can also have learn a lesson from Lavar. So how to raise our kids, so to be strong, because they always say that many NBA player, black NBA player, they always took the mother side. So there was no strong figure. So and there's always label us as black that we don't raise our kids. It's always single mom, everything like that. So I think that we should learn of that also by LaMelo Pat, also how to raise our kid and be a strong father, and also teach our children how to move, no fear, to battle, overcome adversity, and be their own boss. Also, because the Lavar Pat, he was to owning his own brand. It's not easy, Many people want to have money, have the bag, want to be billionaire, everything like that. You cannot be a billionaire if you are working for somebody else.
Facts. Yes.
See the other athlete, they will generate huge money, but they will not be billionaire. Because even MG, he's working on the Nike brand. So he's still an employee. Yeah. And Lavar wanted to cheat us like that. Okay? We are black people. They didn't give us many things. And they have a glass, a huge ceiling for us, because always we are the people who are working hard, but we don't have the benefit, everything. So, but you have also to create our own business, our own economic, to be surpass everybody or other community, just like Chinese, white people, everything that you want, but we have to learn for that. So we have to learn for that because it's really important. That kid, I think for his mentality, for his age, he's overcome many things that is in his head. I think in his head is just thinking that somebody was already 30 years old. For a 19-year-old kid, exactly.
Facts. So, Mac, what you think? Because I'm going to ask you guys a question in a minute in regards to LeVar, because there's something I think a lot of people don't look at. What you think about what he just said, Mac, about LaMelo having his dad's mind?
Anytime a young man has the balance of his father and his mother in his life, he's going to have a sense of security that a child without that don't have. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to show in his life. You know, oftentimes people will say that I'm overconfident. It's not that I'm overconfident, it's that I know who I am, because my father and my mother raised me that way. And you know, that's something like my brother was saying, you know, a lot of these men is coming into the league, they're single mom households and stuff like that. And so you don't often see that. You know, you see it in a Steph Curry. You see how well-rounded and how Steph is because his father, Dale Curry, was there, who was a Charlotte Hornet, might I add. And so when we see these guys who are well-rounded like that and don't crack under the pressure, and they're able to not allow their emotions to take over them, it's mostly because they come from that balanced household. And LeVar is pushing a narrative that America don't want to address. You know, they've always had this narrative of us as being the deadbeat dad and the baby daddy, and not the father, the active father in the household. You know what I'm saying? Showing his sons how to react to certain stuff, how to respond. I remember they went off on LeVar whenever LeVar was telling his sons that in your NBA life, you're gonna meet a whole bunch of hoes. And these hoes ain't gonna love you, and these hoes ain't. But he's telling his sons the truth. He's preparing his sons mentally for for the experiences they gonna go through. And you know, now they feel like LaMelo is talking to this IG model and that. This kid has an understanding of what these females are about because his dad already prepared him for that. And you know, they try to project their fears and their uncertainties onto the he just don't have that.
That's because self-discipline. So you know how to play, but you have to be self-disciplined for himself, because if not, you know, if we have some trouble, just like Lonzo, you know, Lonzo had to. The problem with Lonzo is that he became a father very earlier. So the baby mama coming to NBA, the head of the family. It was not easy for Lonzo, and Lonzo was the first child. You know, when you are the firstborn, you have many responsibility. So you have that pressure not to fail. It's very difficult. So LaMelo is the youngest, so it's more easy for him. You know, he's going only how to ball and to play. He don't have those apprehension about the success. Lonzo have to be the father figure for the brother, the example. So that's why the pressure was too much for him. That's why you say this year he's balling. There's an explosion. It's different because he doesn't have to say that LaMelo, what will I do if LaMelo is not making to the NBA? J-Lo, you know, it's easy for him because LaMelo is already there. So right now the pressure is low for him. So he just have to play his game and to continue like that to grind it to improve his game. That's it. That's why it was only mentally. It was not that he's not the place of the best. It was mentally too much pressure.
And you could see that in his game because, and I think another thing was that social media showed the ball in family.
Exactly.
That messed him up on a whole lot of levels, even when he was with the Lakers. But what I want to do, I want to switch the narrative a little bit. And what I want to talk about is LeVar Ball and the things that he did pre this year. It moved the NBA in an entirely different direction, and no one talks about it. Watch this. Because LaMelo went overseas to Australia, and because the NBA got scared, the G League now plays new players coming in $100,000.
It's like the G League create the G League in it for those youngsters.
Exactly. So what do you guys think? See, nobody's going to give LeVar his kudos on that, but he did something that was very big. So there's all. Go ahead.
I think that is because of the black community. You know, if us as a black we're supporting LaVar, you know,
right?
The GBA will be still existing right now. It's because we also have some mentality, that is about the. I think it's being from the slavery, everything like that. You know,
right?
They don't want us to be household. They want us only to be follower.
Exactly.
No business owner. So we have to, because right now we are living in a world that there's two big fight that black people doesn't understand. There's a fight for economic fight, okay,
right,
and also spirituality. You know, every community have their own spirituality. Christian, Muslim, and Buddhist, you know. But us black people, we are the people who are embracing everything. You know, black people, you see a Christian black people, a Muslim black people, you see an Indian black and Buddhist black people, and you see, and in the economic way, you will not see much black people.
And let me stay right there with you, YT. Here's the issue for me, and I hope our listeners don't think that we're making the show about black people. That's not what we're doing. We're talking about people surviving against an economic challenge, against a social challenge. So what LaVar did, he broke the mold. Yes, you can say, because wait a minute, I had a woman tell me one time, well, you just sound so aggressive. I say, are you saying that because I'm direct? Because I'm educated? Is that what you fear? Because I'm very mild in my manner in my conversation right now. But you're looking at me, calling me aggressive. The same thing they did to LaVar.
Exactly.
See, but LaVar said, watch this, like the lady did on the show when LaVar said, we can switch gears anytime. Now, from a sociologic perspective, she doesn't understand sociology, and that a part of our culture.
It doesn't mean that, you know, the cancel culture appear from, you know, what's happened. So that's why I'm saying that it's not about black or white. It's about you know, what is the most important you say, because I'm in the business field, you know, banking field.
Yes.
The most important thing in the company, a group, a worldwide company, you know, is the diversity, you know.
Right.
When there's many diversity, there's a huge increase of innovation, you know.
Right.
When you are working in an environment with black, Indian, Chinese, it means that corporate will be more successful than people where you will see only black or white people.
Right.
That's the diversity is the key. That's why the war is beautiful, because we can see many things, you know.
Yes.
When you go into Africa, different type of society, climate, architecture. When you go to Europe, when you go to Asia, you know, that's why the war is built. Diversity. So, but before embrace that, we as individual community, we have to be strong also, because if you are not strong as community, you will be at the bottom.
Yes.
So the case is to be to the top. So to be to the top, you have to see what is going on with other community, what is working, and also try to implement the same thing and work. You know, not complaining, but work to be embrace everything, everybody, and to be successful.
Right. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, and another thing that LaVar brought about was pressure on the universities and colleges, because you know, we've been having this conversation the last few years. Should the college athletes be paid? Because these universities are exploiting them and making millions and millions of dollars off of these college athletes, and they out here can't afford a pack of ramen noodles, and that caused them to go and get into extracurricular stuff that will mess up their future. And jeopardize their future. So what LaVar did also is putting pressure on these colleges now, because now guys can be like, well, I can go to the G League, make me $100,000, still be able to help moms out and do this and that, and I don't have to go through all the pressure of college. So now these colleges are gonna have to reevaluate this conversation we've been having for the past few years.
Look at Cole Anthony. Look at Cole Anthony, one and done. Look at all the players now. If you're a college, how could you afford to give that person a scholarship? Because you're losing money. So how can you afford? So that's going to be bigger now. Go ahead.
And you know that from that AUCQs, for those athletes, only 1.5% of those kids make to the leagues. 1.5%. You understand?
Yes.
1.5%. It means that sometimes it's not worth it to waste your time because if you are wasting your time, when the year is going, there's no thing there's no security that you will make to the league.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's
There's no guarantee.
no guarantee, exactly, no guarantee.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Well, yeah, bro, you're definitely right. There's no guarantees going into the league. A lot of guys will end up going to the overseas, playing ball overseas for a few years, and then coming back over here and being some type of coach at their alma mater. That's
Right.
usually how it goes down with a lot of guys.
Right.
And, so what LeVar is doing, man, is opening up a different stream of revenue for these guys. It's changing the league. The league needs to change. Because like when LeBron came in, he made the league change. Whenever Steph came in, he made the league change. You know, and now it's just time for that next rotation of change. And LeVar is a big part of that. With his mentality and the mindset, because how many guys came into the league already with their own shoe?
Exactly.
You know, these kids, he gave his sons options. His sons have options, and they don't have to be slave to Nike or any of these guys. They can choose to do what they want.
Yeah, he made the playing field. He made the playing field level for his sons. You know, to me, I believe what a lot of players are doing, like LeBron and LeVar, they're trying to create their own laissez-faire. They're trying to create their own wealth and their own money so their families can ride on that for generations and then evolve and make it even more. Wait a minute, if the Hiltons can do it and other individuals can do it, so why can't they? So what was happening is the NBA and those who are the powers to be, they're doing everything to separate us. Because if you separate us, you separate the money, you separate the dollar, you separate the understanding. Go ahead, YT.
That's how the game is working, you know. People who are on top doesn't want people to come to share their money, you know. It's a business.
Yes.
When you have a monopole or an oligopoly market, you don't want other people to come and share the revenue, you know.
Exactly.
If you say there's something also going on with LaMelo, his brand is Puma, but have you seen any product from LaMelo?
No.
Any product?
No.
It's just like they're paying him to shut his mouth, you know. They're paying him to just not grow, you know.
Right.
So, it's the game. It's the game.
Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that because I went into the shoe store today. This is no lie. And I was looking at the whole Puma section because I'm like, man, I want some of those LaMelos. And I went up to the cash register and I was like, do you know when y'all gonna get in the LaMelo Ball Pumas? And he was like, no. You can go online and look this up and you could probably get them from there. But wow.
Yeah. That's a lot of people don't understand. I think the greatest quote that I heard from that kid is, I don't spend my NBA money. You know what he was really saying? I'm already set. I play the game, as like he said, because I love it. I'm not doing it for the aspects of the economics of it. I do it for a true love and passion. And I think that's what's going to make him one of the greatest players in the NBA because his reason for playing is different. There was no economic challenge at home. My father took care of the entire community. So I'm not underprivileged in that. I have to, even though my brother went and stole some glasses and he didn't have to.
Yeah.
That's how we call it generation wealth, you know. When you make it, your kid doesn't have to suffer just like you. You know, they have to make it their own way, but make it bigger than you. You know, that's how it's happening. That's how.
Right. Yeah.
So because it's love the game, you know. When you see it doesn't have any challenge about the money. It's the game, focus on the game. Only thing.
Yeah.
Only thing that is the game.
Did you guys see LaMelo's house next door to Michael Jordan?
Yeah. That's something that let me know that Mike is really investing in this guy, man. If you're making those types of moves and you want to keep that guy that close to you, that means like Mike really sees a long-term investment in Melo, which is good.
They both have core. They both have core investments.
I have a question for you. What do you think about GB coaching? Do you think that he should stay as the coaching staff? What do you think about that?
Mac, I'm gonna let you answer because we answered. Let me answer it first. No, I'm from the old school, man. Like I keep telling guys, I'm 57. I'm from the school that if you have a star player, matter of fact, let me reverse the question: how we doing business? If I don't want to give you a direct answer, I reverse the question. So my question, YT, would be this: do you think Michael Jordan would play for JB?
No.
Exactly. So wait a minute. If he really values LaMelo, Mac, why would he keep him as a coach and knowing LaMelo's an up-and-coming star and he is a star? Because there's no way. Remember,
Big J, but there's a difference. You know that if you see the MG management, there's a difference between MG the player and the MG the management. The manager is different. So
yeah.
I would think that maybe MG has his own motivation about the team. I don't know if you want the team to succeed, you want the team to stay a small market. I don't know.
Right.
You know, because when you see there's an MG the player, the MG as a manager is not the same person. It's not the same person. It's very different. Opposite.
Right. Great point.
Yeah, and I go back to like when Jordan first started. When he came to Chicago, you know, he didn't get what he wanted right away.
Right.
You know, and as he built trust, you know, then the coach started letting him have more say and more control of things like that. And I think if JB can do that, if he can have the courage to be like, look, Mike, I understand you're this, but this is what my guys are saying. I'm in the trenches with them every day, and this is what my guys are saying. If JB can have the guts to say this to Mike and really take control of that team and be the coach, then I wouldn't mind JB being there because he needs that experience to become a great coach. Pat Riley wasn't just great off the top. Phil Jackson wasn't just great off the top. You know, they had to start somewhere. And I feel like JB can do that if he can get the cojones to tell Mike what needs to be said.
Right. I think JB can do it, but the problem is you can't play childish games. Phil Jackson used to play mental games, very great mental games on his player. But the thing about Phil Jackson, he did it from a perspective of education. He was an academic who played basketball. So he understood the fundamentals of the mind and how things work. So watch what he would do. He would give his players entire books to read. They had to read certain books. And after a while, guess what? You begin to hear Shaq quote from those books after games. Kobe would quote. So what that's telling me is he changed their mindset into winners. I don't think JB has that.
No, that's what I'm saying. JB is coming for a different school, you know. It's just it's not taking out of the box. It's just just like Popovich way of coaching, you know. And I'm afraid that it will ruin LaMelo play because LaMelo is not an orthodox player. You know, you have to leave LaMelo run the show, give him the keys. Because if not, if you want to implement LaMelo, just make LaMelo play like Tony Parker or Manu Ginobili, it's not going to work. I tell you, because JB is not. It's like there's lack of strategy from him. You know that when I'm saying coaching, just like sometimes it's just like that. Just like there's nothing that is bringing to the team. As I tell you, there's nothing that's bringing to the team.
And don't mean to segue. I don't mean to segue, but Ray had a good question. Ray said, "Why did they pay Gordon Hayward $120 million? Hopefully, he's not injured for the next 3 years of the rest of his contract." Anybody want to deal with that one?
Yes, but I told you before, they didn't believe in LaMelo. So Gordon Hayward was the franchise player when they took him. LaMelo was just a backup in case that is fair, you know. But they didn't believe in LaMelo. That's why they gave that contract to Gordon Hayward. It was a bad contract, but because at the end of the day, they didn't believe in LaMelo. We both know that nobody, even GB, the front office, MG, they didn't believe in LaMelo because of the major stuff. You know, they didn't go watch the game on the scoot, but they understand the narrative what's going on the major. That's why the only guy who was speaking fact about LaMelo, it was that guy for ESPN, Schmitz. I forgot his first name, but he was the only guy who went to Australia, see all the game, study LaMelo. The other people was talking about Lava, the Lamborghini, everything, not the game. Exactly. That's what happened.
What do you think, Matt?
Hayward, yeah, like I said, that was just a bad move. They didn't have any faith in Melo, and they thought Hayward was going to be that big guy to come in and give them that jolt that they needed, and it just didn't happen. And then seeing that he's going to have to take the back seat to Melo, because like they said, whenever Hayward's in the game, he slows the game down.
Exactly.
He slows the pace down, and that's where the problems are coming.
Facts.
You know,
and he's gonna turn the ball over.
Yeah, so he was coming there thinking that it was going to be built around him, and now it's being built around Melo at a faster pace. Yeah, Hayward's attitude is, like they said, he probably going to play hurt for the rest of his contract.
3 years. He was the one, man. He was actually the one who started that zoning LaMelo Ball out the game when he was coming up the floor with the ball.
Yeah.
Like you guys said, they got LaMelo playing off ball, and that's what hurts the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not only him, man. There needs some hierarchy in that team. You know, when you take the stats, there are people who shot many shots than LaMelo in the game. That's not even coming from the bench. That's not normal. They also have some hierarchy for how many shots that you have to take. What do you have to do when you have the ball? Check LaMelo, because every time he's checking you also to give you some dishes. But when somebody enters in the game, whatever the Twins or they want to shot only. So there's no hierarchy. You see, Gordon West can finish the game with 20 a shot. LaMelo 9 shot. That's not normal. That's not normal. There's something which is not going on. Which is going on. So.
And another thing, going back to JB, JB seems to me like the type of guy who's not big on rapport with his players. You know, and that's a major thing. You have to build especially with your key players, you have to build a certain rapport with these guys so y'all can be on the same page, and them guys are confident in knowing that you that they have the support. Now he has that rapport with Graham.
Right.
Why can't he build that rapport with LaMelo, who's the
passive active
player?
Right.
You know, so that's another key component that's missing. He's not building that rapport because he's already committed to Graham, and Graham's not the guy. So he's gonna have to let go of these guys, Hayward and Graham, and you know what I'm saying, accept the reality of what his team gonna be.
Now here's the question: is anybody going to take that contract? I just don't believe that.
No, I think they're going to keep it for at least 1 or 2 years, but right now nobody's going to take that contract. But because we need him, you know, for 1 or 2 years. But after that, maybe. But not. I'm not seeing anybody taking that contract right now. But we need him right now. We need somebody like a value like him, even to for the scoring point of view, you know. But it's something that I don't want to see. I don't want to see Gordon TB in the bench and as an assistant coach. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's the no message. I don't want to see that. Especially LaMelo. That's not right.
YT, when the coach puts you in front of the team on the chair in front and he sits on the bench, that's a bad message, man.
Bad message, exactly. That's a bad message.
That's a bad message.
It's mean that in the locker room there are people who are following the coach culture. There are people who are in the middle, just like how do you call the guy? TJ is in the middle. He doesn't fall, you know. And there are people who's embracing LaMelo just like Bismarck, you know. Right. So they need to clear that locker room. There are people who have to go, because if they are not following, they have to put LaMelo in the step. He will be the head chief, and everybody have to do as his. Respecting as a franchise player, but right now you see nobody.
Now I got you. Now I got
everybody's
you.
A ball hugger. Everybody wants to shot. Everybody wants to play. Show something. That's right.
Now I got both you guys when you say hierarchy. Now I understand. Now I understand. Going into the playoffs, into the play-in, we can get that 8 seed, but how will we do against the Sixers? See, the problem with that. There's nobody in the middle to deal with Embiid. No. We can deal with the rest of the team, but we can't even deal with Embiid.
Make Embiid beat us. That's it. You know, that's how they used to do other people. Hey, we can shut everybody else down and make him beat us. Put all of that going pressure on Embiid to beat us.
You know,
That's it.
Mike, I don't have any expectation about the playoff. It's only for experience. They will not do anything. You know,
Right.
don't put yourself don't put your heart in a position that you have to struggle. You know?
Right.
Let them play just for experience. You know, the team needs to be reconstructed. They have to add some big pieces. A big man, a really big man with some real hand, no butterfingers. You know, but in the playoff, don't have any expectation. They will not do no, so far. So they only go to experience.
But in a perfect world, man, that's my plan. That would be my game plan. I'm gonna make Embiid beat us, man. I'm gonna shut everybody else down and just make Embiid beat us. And if he ain't got it, then he ain't got it.
There goes Macrina, and I was looking for her to be on earlier. That was our special shout out for tonight. She supports the channel, and she's always on with great comments. Then she said that means sometimes the coach don't know what to do in every event. To put Gordon to give him directive. Gordon, you can't give $140 million player directive. It won't happen because he's just going to look at you like Gordon does, and he's just going to keep moving. And that causes a problem, as YT said, with everybody else looking and listening. They're like, what's going on? So that's going to cause an issue. It's going to cause a divide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope that answers that question. Because see, when you pay somebody $140 million, like they say, Kobe only practiced when he wanted to, and rest his soul, God bless his family. But Kobe only practiced when he wanted to. We heard Allen Iverson say, "Practice? What is practice?"
Practice. We talking about practice.
Yeah, exactly. So when you give a player $145 million, what you're telling that player is you're above everyone, even the coach. And that's true. Ray, that's true. They do need Miles Bridges back. But I think what they did, they set him with that COVID protocol so he can come back even stronger and be out of control.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Fresh Miles in the playoffs, yeah.
So they need to do the playoff this thing, you know. Yeah, I know that they will go first, they will go at home, but we need to take those time out during the interseason to structure the team. Because if we come back next year, the same system, I think that LaMelo is going to leave. And why you say what you see, Charlotte is preparing LaMelo to stay. You know all the advert about the Rookie of the Year, the site that the internet site that they create for LaMelo, everything that they are doing, because they see that if they don't start right now, when it will be the time for him to leave, we don't have anything to stay. You know, they have some argument. They say we want you to stay, we support you, everything was there for you. You know, you see,
he's marketable. He's and this is what I tell people, and I always let individuals know. I don't know how long you guys been basketball fans. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird made the game entertaining for our families. I used to live by the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California. All right. And my families, I would take my kids and my wife to the game. We shot the halftime shot to try to win the money, been in the Lakers lounge, but it was family fun. But when Michael Jordan came, it changed the dynamics of the game and made it marketable. Now we have corporate luxury boxes. Now we have all these different things to where individuals say, I can make money. So the position that LaMelo is in is a game changer, just not on the court, but as far as his markability. The reason I say that, Steph Curry's jersey is number 1 in Australia. Guess who's number 2? Melo.
Melo, yes.
He's gone. And he still has an image. And that's what individuals going to have to understand. And I hope Charlotte sees that. See, because MJ never made money playing basketball. MJ made money in endorsements.
Yeah.
What you guys think about
that goes back to them not being able to exploit Melo the way that they want to because of the safeguards that LeVar has set in place for his sons. You know, the league wants to do a lot of this marketing. They see the marketability in LaMelo Ball, but there's certain things that LeVar set in place that they're not going to be able to take advantage of, and so they're not so eager to jump on it because they know it's going to be some work to they're going to make some money off of this kid. And a lot of money is going to go back to his pocket, and that's what they're trying to figure out, how they can capitalize more off of this kid.
Facts. And that's true. That I believe that's why Lonzo Ball has not signed the deal. And I think Alonzo is going to take a 1-year deal next year with somebody because the entire family is waiting for LaMelo. Like YT said, rich with.
Yeah.
Alonzo needs to go somewhere where the coach trusts him, where he can run the show, you know?
Exactly.
So there's some team that I see a lot of team, but Lonzo needs to go to a team that he can run the show, be himself. Because right now, I don't like the Lonzo playoff style, the off the ball play right now, the 3 and D.
Right.
That's not Lonzo. That's not Lonzo, you know?
Exactly.
Lonzo is not a scorer, it's true, but he needs to go somewhere where a coach trusts him. Because if a coach trusts him, Lonzo can be himself and can be at a different level right now. So
now look what Macrina said. She said that's true because he's followed all over the world. It's just not LaMelo. It's Lonzo also. It's Jello still too. It's the family.
Exactly.
So what I this is what I think is going to happen. I believe there's already talks in the making. I believe Lonzo will join LaMelo next year, and that's part of rebuilding the hierarchy. That's my opinion. Tell me what you think.
I don't know. I was also hoping that in the beginning of the season, but with Borrego and MG, I don't know if they can make the move. You know,
right? But Lonzo's a free agent. But the problem is they gave Gordon Hayward $140 million.
He's free agent, but you know, Lonzo is chasing the bag. You say he's improved his play, and Lonzo is chasing the bag. He's looking for more than $20 million a year. So.
Right.
I don't know if it depends on the deal that we have in the table, and also the team we want him. It depends on the deal. So we wait to see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you give up Graham, the Martin twins, Cody Zeller, I'm sorry, I love Biz. Give up Biz. You can bring him in at 20, 21, 22 million a year for 4 years. Or break it down a little bit more for 5 years.
And you see, you increase the value of Charlotte. Charlotte will be bankable. You know, when there's a big player, a generation player like that, a talent like that in the team, the value of the team go up. You know, if the ball kids, all the ball kids in the same team. Whoa, it's going to be huge.
It'll be the Tino Hills experiment.
As I'm talking, you know, I'm French. I grew up in France. I'm from Africa, and I'm living in Canada. You know, so. The Ball family is worldwide.
Yes, that's what Marguerite said.
You know,
worldwide.
Especially with this internet generation, the YouTube, everything, the content creator like you. So it's worldwide. It's just like a fashion phenomenon. So it's worldwide. So just imagine the three brothers in the same team. It's going to be a box office seller.
Yeah, it's going to, and this is why LeVar is quiet now. It's a waiting game. Exactly. And I tell people all the time, it's a waiting game. Because like he said, well, he keeps saying, he doesn't say if, he says when my three boys play together. Mm-hmm. He knows something we don't know, but it's a waiting game. And like you said, YT, I pray that Charlotte makes the right moves because they can take and transform that entire community and that entire part of the world like none other before.
Yeah, with Jello going to the Drew leagues, I believe he's just going there to knock off some rust. You know, play some guys at a competing level to knock that rust off and show him that he still got it. Because like LeVar's not gonna just say things. When he says something, there's a method to the madness. And when he's up in Jello like he is right now, because Jello's coming to the league one way or the other, and they don't like it, but it's gonna happen. The boy is if you look at the rookie class right now, you tell me out of the rookie class right now, who can hold LiAngelo Ball?
No.
Who can stop LiAngelo Ball? Which one of these rookie guys are better than LiAngelo Ball? Really?
And it's the better scorer in the family. You know that is the better scorer in the family.
Exactly. He won the state title when they went 35-0 and they beat Mater Dei.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not about his skill. It's not about can this guy play. Everybody knows this guy can play, but we know that there's politics involved. But LiAngelo is going to, and LeVar's always going to find another way. That's one thing about LeVar. If you don't let him in this door, he coming in the back door. Jello coming in there. He might have to come through the back door, but Jello's going to be in there. So.
But that goes back to what YT said. The hierarchy has to be right. I'm honest, and these just my opinions and my views. LiAngelo is not LaMelo, and he's not Lonzo. He is a part of a structure or a team to where he stood on the outside and he just dropped dimes. From that 3-point line, he can hit. But from the middle, and he has a mid-range game. But other than that, he's a defensive liability. And Lonzo used to cover he and LaMelo on defense. That's why his defense is so good.
Exactly. And I have a question for you. You don't think that Detroit fumbled the bag when they didn't pick Jello for the?
No, I think it was all a marketing ploy, and what Detroit realized, they didn't really want to go through it, because when you everyone said, when you pull LiAngelo Ball, LaMelo Ball, or Alonzo Ball into any arena or anywhere people are going to automatically gravitate to them. And I think after a while, Detroit just didn't want to deal with the circus. And that, I got to learn how to pronounce her name. Macrina said, that's what she said. It's going to draw people. And sometimes teams are not ready for that. Remember, Detroit has not had that type of magic or that type of watch since Dennis Rodman and those individuals back in the day. That's let me say something. Why would you let Blake Griffin go unless you just know you ain't going nowhere? They shut it down. So if they shut it down, why do we need a Ball brother? They completely shut the team down.
Playing just like an old brother like that.
Exactly. Exactly. And they let Derrick Rose go. So they let Derrick Rose go. Now look what the Knicks are doing. Playing great basketball. All right. And then they let Blake Griffin go. Now Brooklyn is stacked. It's stacked. That brings me to
politics, man. It's just a lot of politics.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're in the room, please smash that like button for us. Thank you much. Also, you can leave a super chat or a super sticker. We do appreciate it. Just become a part of the channel. We're going to do this until it grows. We're not going to stop. Progress has a beginning, but there's no ending. It just takes those who are committed to doing it, will do it, and trust in the system. And we trust in the system. Gentlemen, any other things we want to discuss tonight? Anybody in the room want to talk about anything?
Man, it's so much, man. But no, man, I've enjoyed this conversation, man. We've covered a whole lot, man. And I love your channel, man. I've been tuning in because you really get into the substance of things. Right. You know, we talk about the basketball and stuff, but there's a whole lot more into it, man. And you're bringing that. You're bringing that, and I appreciate it, man.
Oh no, man, we appreciate you, YT, Mac, Macrina, all you guys, man, make a big difference, man, because I can't do it by myself. And what we want to do one day is have this thing so huge, everyone benefits from it. You know, that's important to me, because as you always hear on my channel, on our channel, I say there's no I in team. And the team, the acronym for team are together, everyone achieves more. I used to sell life insurance, man. And being a life insurance agent, it was about the team. In the morning, man, we start together, we come in together, man. There's a movie that I watched called Bill Clarice. I can't think of it, but it was a movie about economics and how to make sure that you're closing. Always be closing, and that's the same thing with life. We have to give individuals the opportunity to always be closing. So that's why we try to make this channel different. I don't want to be on here screaming and cussing each other out. I love some channels.
So yes, the first time that I watched your content it was last week. So I really appreciate it. It was well. So you understand the game, you know,
right.
you know what you're talking about. That's what pleased me, because in the all media, you know, they are speaking. They are not even watching the game. They are just have some narrative about some things. So they don't know the game. So sometimes it's just piece up to watch the same thing, the ESPN, the Stephen Jackson. So we are not learning anything every day. You know? So you respect. So small creator like you for the new media, you know, it's more entertaining because you know what you're talking about. You know the game. You watch the game, and you can talk about basketball in the real stand. You're not there just talking about what's going on the personal life of the player. We are talking about the game.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that's why I like it.
And that's why I appreciate Mac, man. I met Mac, I think, last week, and he's just another one of those cats, man, who just have insight. See, there's some people who appreciate the game. There's some people who get. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Please forgive me what I'm about to say. Some people are on YouTube trying to become millionaires. I'm not on here, man. This is my niche. This is my passion, man. This is what I love doing. You know what I'm saying? And if you love doing something, you can't get away from it, no matter what.
That's it. It shows, man. They talk about vibes and energy, man.
Yes.
Your energy is that of somebody who loves the game, man. You're not here trying to become a character. You're not here trying to sell a brand, man. You love the game and you want to share that love with other people, man. And that's what brings us to you. That's what attracts us to your channel, man.
Sir. Yeah. And that's what Macrina just said. Thank you for the chat. She said she was asleep, but tuned in for it, although it's late. I know it's late where you are, my sister.
We
Thank you all so much.
Shout out to Macrina for the comments. Since last week, I'm seeing her comments. She's active.
Yeah, she's on it all the way. So let's do this. Let's come up with a time that we can all do it maybe a little bit earlier in a different day, so we're not putting everyone on a late night watch. You know, so we want to build, and then there's some days I want to give you the moderator, host, and you host, and you do what you want to do. Like I said, it's not about me, it's about us, because I love hearing what you have to say and what you think about sports. That matters.
Exactly.
Hey man, I'm a retired veteran, man, so I got all the time in the world. Whenever it's good with you, man, just get in contact with me. Let me know, brother. I'm free most of the time.
Okay.
So whenever you are in live, I'm just coming up and support the channel, also participate like that. It will be a pleasure for me.
Right. Just let me know because I know you're in Canada. What's the time difference?
So right now it's 12:41. So I don't know.
We don't want to do that. So if we can get like a Tuesday or a Thursday to where I have nothing going on, or both days, if it's good or whatever is good, if we can get those days, maybe at what's your time, Mac?
It's 11:42 here. 11:42 p.m.
Yeah, see, so I'm at 9:42. I really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate you. So then I can start it here at 4 or 5. Then what that does, that gives everybody a better time and makes it more conducive. So just let me know on the channel. And make sure you guys get my IG, my Instagram, so we can direct that way also. It's on the page on every video now. So let's make sure we do that. And Macrina, man, we want you to come on too. So we're gonna change that time for everybody. All right. We want everybody. We want everyone. Just not the fella. It's not a fellas, because this sister has some valid points when she talks.
Exactly. So absolutely. I also want to shed light on the WNBA as well. Because these sisters are out here balling. These sisters are doing some big things, man, and it's not getting recognized like it should. And I have a daughter that's coming up in college basketball, and I hope to one day be able to see her on that level, man. And I want her to come into a WNBA that's going to be fulfilling for the women like it is for the men. You know what I'm saying? And Kobe was on that till before he passed. He was doing a lot to build up the WNBA. So having these sisters on here, hey, I love it, bro.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring some sports.
You are doing an amazing job. Huh? That's good.
Oh, thank you, YT.
I know that it's not easy. I know that it's not easy, but you are doing an amazing job. Huh?
Oh no, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And thank you for the super chat, YT. Thank everybody who's just a part, because it means something to be on with good people at a good time and have a great purpose. It means a whole lot. Yeah. Yep. So just hit me up, and I'll leave something on the channel, and so you can get to my Instagram, and we'll just put it together. Okay. All right.
Great. Hey, all right, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone tonight, man, because you know what? It lets me know that there are wholesome people with a wholesome reality just trying to present the truth, and that means everything. But you guys know what I'm gonna say. Just be the best, and the best you will become.
Absolutely, man.
Any last words?
Just peace and blessings, man. It was an honor, man, and I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Salute to everyone in the channel. God bless you. All right. Until next time, we'll see you.
See you.
All right.
All right now.